people believe that the streets of Johannesburg are paved with gold. But sadly, for many young runaway girls, these violent streets become their only home. Many of them end up prostitutes. Most become addicts. And a few, if they're very lucky, find their way into the care of the house.
People do not understand the power of the drug. We think it's easy to say, stop. Now pull yourself towards yourself type of thing and get your life sorted out. Just stop taking drugs and everything is going to be fine. And it's not. The drug is very powerful. That's why it's addictive. That's why it's called drug addiction. You're addicted to that. Your whole being, your whole life, your whole everything depends on the drug. That drug becomes your God.
As soon as I get the money, I can say 10 rand. Okay, there are 10 rand, but 10 rand, I'll have to save it. I can be how hungry, but I just have to keep the 10 rand. Food will come last till I get enough money, then I go and buy drugs.
You don't want to be on the street, but you've come so far that you can't go back because you get used to the money, you get addicted to drugs.
Most people do not understand that it swallows you, it eats you bit by bit, and one day when you realize it's too late, that's the day when you're in the gutters.
I could turn back the clock, I'd rather go back home. And I'd rather solve the problem I had in the beginning with my parents than the problem that I've got now, which is much bigger. Can't be solved. Drugs, it's a dead end.
The drugging is not necessarily the problem. Neither is prostitution. It has become a symptom of a problem. It's not the problem itself. Majority of the times we have problems at home that kids can't deal with, and then they start drugging, for argument's sake, thinking that they can resolve their problems. But it doesn't. It grows. So you keep on adding the drugs. It's like putting a bandage over a bandage over a bandage. But you never get to the bottom, you never get to the festering boil.
I never thought I would take a drug in my life, the way I was doing, but it happened. I was in the wrong place at the wrong time. It happened so quick.
These kids come from environments where they did not face up to problems, runs away from home, becomes involved and trapped in a life of vice, prostitution, drugs, stealing to survive, having to witness friends being raped, identifying bodies of friends that have OD'd from drugs, being violated themselves, being mutilated, being raped. That is the life that they deal with every day.
Day to day, making money for drugs, crying, wanting to go back into time to fix all the problems that I thought I couldn't solve, which was much easier than the ones I've got now.
My whole inside is dead. I mean, I'm dead. I'm just like a dead person. If I look at myself, I don't exist.
One of our children in the previous program had said that you either leave Hillbrow by ODing or by being murdered. We have buried over 200 children in the past 6 years because you get trapped into a life that you cannot escape from, and most of those deaths were because of drugs.
It might not kill you physically because you'll be like you're still walking, but inside you're a dead person. Your life, you're just dead because it's like jumping in one place or walking around just in one circle. You're not going anywhere.
I think that no community is immune to what drives these children to resort to drugging, to resort to running away. But what I do know is that if communities do make an effort, they can save their children. But that's going to take hard work.
No matter how hard life may seem, running away from your problems solves nothing. Turning to drugs in search for answers is the first step on a long and painful road. The streets of South Africa's big cities are filled with young girls who found this out too late. Don't become one of them.
This drug, it's everywhere in South Africa. I mean, it's like buying bread. It's like buying a fruit. Each and every corner you turn, there's cocaine. And it's such a powerful drug. It shouldn't be like that.